Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for taking the question. So on corporate debt, what happened with Evergrande that we've been watching, is that a preview of what could happen with the amount of corporate debt that's out there? In the past, you've said you're watching the level of corporate debt. So what's your level of concern right now? And would you consider the Evergrande Group issue a sort of a warning signal?
About the United States? No. Corporate defaults are very low in the United States right now. Corporate leverage built up over the course of the long expansion that ended with the pandemic. We were very concerned in the last year or so. We were concerned in the last year or so, and then I'd say very concerned at the beginning of the pandemic that if you've got a highly leveraged company and your revenue stops for an uncertain period, as things happened at the beginning of the crisis, we were very concerned that there would be a wave of defaults. Didn't happen, potentially, I mean, to a significant extent because of the CARES Act and the response that we undertook and all that. It was a much stronger response than we've ever had. And I think for whatever reason now you have very, very low default rates now among corporate debt. The Evergrande situation, it seems very particular to China, which has very high debt for an emerging market economy, really the highest that any emerging market economy has had, and the government has been working to get that under control. This is part of that effort. The government put new strictures in place for highly leveraged companies, and Evergrande is dealing with those strictures, and it's something they're managing. In terms of the implications for us, there's not a lot of direct United States exposure. The big Chinese banks are not tremendously exposed, but that you would worry that it would affect global financial conditions through confidence channels and that kind of thing. But I wouldn't draw a parallel to the United States corporate sector.